Development Corp. Thank you all for coming tonight. The temperature dropped about 15 degrees today, so it is cold out there. We've been giving this seminar since 2013. We do this as a service. We try and help people clarify issues with building, rebuilding, elevating. Louder? Can't hear me? Okay. I said we've been giving this seminar for the last 5 years now. And we do this to try and help people.
Yeah, he's a little louder than you.
He is. Yeah, thanks, Mark. We do things to try and help people with some of their issues, clarify how to move forward on your projects. This is not a sales presentation. This is a information presentation. We have some of our professionals, members of our team, some of the professional members of our internal team. We're here to answer questions and try and guide you to what might be best for you. So this is not a buy a new home or do an elevation or do a renovation. It's kind of an exploratory thing to try and give you some information. Before we go any further, I'm just going to stab Mark, our regional project manager, in the eye. Before we get any further, what I'd like to do is just go around real quick, and so I can tailor this correctly and we can speak correctly in the best manner for you. Just tell us if you are a REM person, if you're interested in a new home or an elevation, where do you live, and if you're under construction now. So if we could start with Chet, I believe you're in Mortley. You don't have to stand up, you can just say.
Chet, Mortley Beach, not in the REN program, second home. Just going through the steps for new construction to knock down the existing and rebuild new.
Excellent, thank you. Craig and Deb?
We're in the same position.
Same position.
Down, in Waretown and build up.
Okay, thinking of either elevation or
No,
moving
well, yeah,
towards
we're
new.
gonna stick build up.
Okay. All right, great.
Richard from Tom's River, going to be doing a lift, an elevation, I'm in a REM program.
Okay. Great.
Hi, we're Joe and Chris. We have a bungalow in Brant Beach. We're just trying to decide whether it's worth raising what we have or knocking down and replacing.
Okay, good, that helps. We built a few, we've done a number of houses in Long Beach
Oh,
Island.
okay, great.
Mr. Lepley, I know who you are. Ms. DeVoot, I know who you are. Fine. Sir?
Brenda, Seaside Heights, and the village is here for information.
Elevation.
In the REM program.
Okay. And you said you're in Seaside Heights? All right. Okay, I think we're good. Those two lovely ladies in the back, those are two of our very happy clients who I bribed tonight to come and say nice things about us.
Oh, ringers, yeah.
Well, yeah, they're ringers.
And we're happy.
How much did
They
you
are,
pay?
they are ringers. I just provide wine.
Oh,
okay.
You're easy.
I am. Okay, so tonight we have hopefully an informative program for you. We have Scott Lepley, who's an architect we've worked with for over 20 years. Scott's going to do a solar presentation tonight, which is very interesting. Scott's designed, I would say, 90% of the homes that we've built at Dream Homes. We've been building since '93. We've built 1,650 new homes. In the last 5 years, we've done 250 elevation projects, and Scott's done much of our design work, so we work very closely with him. We have Deanna DeVoot from DeVoot House Lifters. DeVoot House Lifters is, I think, the second or third largest house elevation company in the country, and we do 25, 30 lifts a year with them. We've used other lifters, and we find them to be excellent, and she's nice enough to come and speak as well. We also have a couple members of our team internally. We have Michelle, who is our construction supervisor in-house, who you'll be dealing with. We have Ashley, who you also may hear from on the phone. Mark Sampson, who is on the phone. He is our project coordinator, our regional project coordinator. And if he doesn't get off the phone soon, I'm just going to take his phone. That's the guy whispering in the back. And we have Joe Pascucci, who's our Vice President of Business Development, who you will be dealing with if you're anywhere from here south. And my name, again, is Vince Simonelli. Okay, so why do we do this? Why are we having a seminar and talking about elevating or building a new home? And the reasons are, there are a few reasons, there aren't a lot of reasons, but one of the biggest reasons is that you want to protect the value of your largest investment. And since Storm Sandy, with the new flood zones, now you're kind of forced to elevate or construct a new home to the new flood zone elevations, or you will be hit with insurance rates that will quadruple or quintuple. So you're stuck. You don't have to elevate or build a new home at a higher elevation if you don't have a mortgage. But if you do have a mortgage and it's a federally insured mortgage, you have to. So that's one thing. The other reason is if you ever go to sell your house and it's not elevated, a house that may be worth $300,000 and somebody walks in the door and says, I love your house, we'd like to pay you the $300,000 that you're asking. However, it will cost us $100,000 to raise it, so I can only pay you $200,000. That's another reason to raise. So you're protecting your investment, you're being a little proactive, you're giving yourself the ability to sell if you ever want to take out a home equity loan or to borrow against your house, put a mortgage on it. And if you don't do any of these things, even if you don't have a mortgage, you still have flood risk. Remember, the reason this whole thing started was Sandy, Storm Sandy. And a flood came along, and there was flooding that happened that had never happened in 50 years. We've had clients who have said, we've been here 40, 50, 60 years, this has never happened, we've never gotten water. Well, it happened. It's going to happen again. So that's really one of the biggest reasons. You want to protect your value, you want to protect yourself from future flood risk, and you want to be able to, if you want to move, or if you want to borrow money against your house, you want to be able to do that. So that's why we talk about this. By the way, if anybody has any questions while we're going through, just you don't have to wait, just put up your hand and I'll try and get them.
You said it's going to happen again. Do you know when Sandy's going to happen again?
Yes.
I want to write that down.
It will be this fall.
Okay.
So as many of you as can get started prior to this fall, there's probably going to be
Excuse me,
another.
what did he, I can't hear what that gentleman out there.
He said,
It's like being in stereo.
Ashley, could you go out and speak to Mark with a spoon or a knife?
What did he ask?
I was just kidding. He said it's going to happen again, so I asked
I don't know what you asked.
him. He asked.
Storm Sandy.
It's going to happen again, and like another flood.
Will
I
there
just
be-
asked him when is it going to happen.
No.
Right, and I said, we'll probably have
This
another
fall.
flood this fall. So if you're thinking of doing something, you should do something quickly. Hopefully it'll never happen. Hopefully it will never happen. It was a flood event that was supposed to be once in 100 years. So could it happen again soon? Yes, of course it could happen again soon. There's the same probability it'll happen tomorrow as there is in 90 years. But we don't want to deal with that. We don't want to live like that. We don't want to rebuild our houses under the floodplain or in the floodplain and then lose everything again. So that's why we're here. All right, well, before I get even more wordy, Scott Lepley, I'm going to bring him up. So he has a planning board meeting. He was nice enough to come here. He's leaving for a planning board meeting. So Scott, if you would step up to the podium, or the lack of podium, and you can tell us about solar. And this is very interesting, so take some notes.
Okay, last time I was here, which was a couple of months ago, I talked at length strictly about solar systems. And what I would like to do this month is to try to tie the whole solar system idea back into what it actually means to you. What will it put in your pocketbook? What will it save you? What can it do for you to improve your house? Let's think about utilities for a typical house nowadays. You've got a number of things you have to pay for: your electricity, your gas, sewer and water. I can't help you with your cable, phone, or internet bill. That is what it is. But those first three